Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Kamila Azmawatika Anwar. Today I'm going to share with you my hobby-based website that called Bake with Love that using the Wix. This website is a baking blog where I share my journey, the recipe, the tutorials for the fellow home bakers. So let's jump to the back end and front end demonstration. Let me start by showing you the back end demo. Here's the Wix editor where I built the site using the drag and drop system. This is the homepage structure. At the top of the homepage, I designed the site logo, and this is the menu. Next is the menu. As you can see, we have the home, about, baking project, recipe and tutorial, gallery and the contact. Since I have quite a number of pages, I set the menu format to menu bar with a horizontal orientation. I also have the subscribe button in the top navigation, link to the email sign up form here, so visitor can subscribe to update directly from any page. Next, the about page. I also create an about page where I combine a text block with an image to introduce myself and share the story behind why I started this baking journey. For the baking project page, I use a mix of text blocks and image galleries to document my baking diary and the personal project writes up, giving slide a journal feel slide. Next, for the recipe page, I organize content into the categories. For example, the sourdough and bread, which is using the Wix repeater and gallery element. So each category links out to a new view all page. For the tutorial page, I also create a tutorial page for baking tips where I combine the text block with an image for a clean and covering the tools, recommendation and step-by-step guide. For the gallery page, I also add a gallery page using the Wix Gallery app where I upload and arrange my food photography into a grid layout for a clean visual showcase. Lastly, I set up a dedicated contact page where I added a contact form along with my email, phone number and the location, so visitor or the fellow bakers can easily reach out or collaborate with me. So now, let me show you the front end, how a visitor would actually experience the Bake with Love. This is the home page. Right at the top, visitor can see my logo, Bake with Love, in a cursive font that sets the warm, homely tone for the whole site. Below that, they can see 3 quick links, the highlight section, which is the baking project, gallery, and the recipe. And here, this is the story about my baking journey. So, for the Sunday supplement featuring weekly recipe and the food inspiration, this is the subscribe section. And button at the top right, the subscribe button which visitor can click and link to sign up with their emails and they get notification whenever I post a new recipe or a baking content. Next is the about page. User can also click at the home page button, so it will link to the next page, which is the about page. Here I introduce myself and share the story behind why I started the baking and this website. So here's the baking project page titled My Baking Journal and Happy Playroom. It's a personal space where I document my kitchen experiments and favorite treats, just like a hobby corner. Below that, this is my baking diary, featuring the recent bake like a crunchy sourdough loaf, cloud like pandan cake, matcha cookies and folk cards art. Further down, I also share my individual project write-up along with the longer personal stories like my sourdough bread journey and the light pandan shepherd cake, where I talk about what I learned and how each bake turns out. And moving to the recipe page, visitor can explore by category. For example, the sourdough and bread, seasonal tarts, breakfast pastry and the descendant dessert, each with a view all option for more recipe. Below that, there are features recipe highlight. Currently, showing my dark chocolate and sea salt ganache tart. The view recipe button leads visitor to the full recipe with ingredient and step. And next button is watch process link to a video walkthrough of how it made at the YouTube link. Next, the tutorial page is start with the Baker Essential Toolkit where I recommend key tools like a digital kitchen sale. Each tool has a view tools button which link out to the web visitor can learn more about the specific tool. I link them to the YouTube link which is that tell how they function. And next is the baking how to guide section, that a beginner friendly guide, and further down is an in-depth article which is the secret spice for the perfect loaf, sharing the tip on the subtle spice that elevate the baker quality crust. Here's the gallery page, a visual collection of my food photography, from style shoot like an artisan herb selection and the table narrative to close up like the sculptor push beer dessert. Further down, there's a section called my baking collection, an accurate space where I keep all my favorite bake and culinary inspiration together. Finally, the contact page, where visitor can reach out directly whether it's a question about a recipe or a collaboration request. It shows my emails, phone number and the location. And at the bottom of every page, the Bake with Love logo appears again in the footer, along with my contact details and the quick link to navigate the site. That's a quick overview of Bake with Love, my website. Thank you for watching. Bye!